Hey, what's up people? How are you all doing? I hope you're doing fantastic as always, and I welcome you back to a how-to medieval build. It was recommended to me that I should just finish off the roofs and etc., you know, the insides on my own time, so that way we can get on with the purpose of the tutorial. As you can see, if you've been following my instructions, it should come out something like this. You know, it's messy rooftop. I kind of got a little lazy because I was, you know, snap, trying to go fast with this. But it should come something out like this. I had that small break here, so you can see there's not a lot of sunlight coming in here. And you know, with the shaders, it really accentuates that. It's still pretty dark, even though it is daytime. So today, I want to focus on roads. We don't have any place to build because we don't have roads. Now, I notice even in really good-looking cities that people build, that I see all the time in really cool servers and whatnot, the roads always come out something like this, just bigger. You know what I mean? They're big, they're straight, and they're really blocky, and I can understand why, because it makes it easy. You could put a building here, you know, here, and here, and all that. But the problem is that that's not. They didn't have city planning. You can look at, you know, the East Coast. A lot of this. Well, that's not a bad example. Look at London. Some of the older parts of London, even Paris, you'll see that it's all haphazard because they basically just built something out and then they just went on from there. And as things started getting more modernized, if you look at, you know, like most of the Western United States, if you live there, it's all boxy and whatnot because there was city planning. But they didn't have that. They didn't think about that. The Romans thought about that. You can look at Roman cities. They had plans and whatnot, but this is medieval, this is gritty, and they lost that knowledge. So we're trying to get that back. We're trying to get that gritty look and feel. So what you want to do is have an idea of where your roads are going to be. Like, this is a great, well, base plan, but then I would recommend, you know, maybe having it come around or something like that. You always have like one main road, and then you have roads branching off of it. You get what I'm saying? So what I plan is, I think the main road should basically be I can add windows here and whatnot. I'll do that later. I'll just put that in there. This is going to be the main road right here. So unfortunately, there's this big stupid thing right here. Gosh dang it. Gonna grab some cobblestone, stone, grass, and gravel. You can make it however long you want. This episode is just gonna be on roads. I really don't recommend flattening all this out because they wouldn't have done that. You know, it takes money, it takes time, and it's just to move earth. So I really highly doubt they would have done that. That's why there's, you know, hills and whatnot, cobblestone roads in London, all that good stuff. And I hope I'm not talking out of my ass. I've been to London before. My dad been to London, and I've been to London, so I've seen how it is. They have cool cobblestone roads and whatnot. It's really neat. If you've never been there, you should go. And if you live there, you're awesome. So there you go. Shitty. Let's see. I'm just trying to keep it, because it's not supposed to be too much grass. But I don't want it to be too straight either. So you can see I'm going to put houses on this side. And there you go. A lot of the ones that are going to have a lot of grass and mud and probably even soul sand is going to be the poor section, which would be this is not rich per se, but this is better off than the poor areas that the city is going to have. So here, this is what I recommend. Just go ahead and basically flood the area with gravel, because that's the main road base. Let's deviate a little bit just to give the road some character. Maybe the alley gets a little bit smaller here, you know. Might be where a shanking takes place. Don't want to get robbed in this part of the city. So you see, I can put another building here. It's still pretty straight, but this is the main road. It's going to be the only straight one, and we're going to have these curvy roads coming off of it. So it's going to look really nice when it comes out. So we're going to, after we get past this one, we're going to open up again. And see, now that that's done, I'm going to have another road that's curving down this way. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Let's make this come out a bit more. And what I'm going to do to make it even cooler is I'm going to curve it off. So it's actually not going too straight. It's going straight. It's curving this way, while this curves back down that way. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. See, I'm doing the curve. And eventually we're going to start transitioning to where we're no longer just going sideways. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. So you can see I curved it off. And now what you're going to want to do is, it's not going to be all gravel. You can have it all gravel, but I don't recommend it. Go ahead and place the cobblestone. There you go. There. So it's not too nice, not too neat. Ideally, there'd be a lot of cobblestone, especially on the steps. There you go. Yep, there you go. That's good. Oh, stone. I didn't mean to add stone just yet. I'm gonna come back and add stone. Okay, so we got cobblestone. Now we're gonna come back and add stone. Get out of here, duck chicken thing. I missed. There we go. Run. Okay. So as you can see, that's a pretty good looking road, I would say. Now that that's done, I really don't feel like going this way just yet. I think I'll probably put my poor section here, but I'll save that for another video. Now what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take a wool of your color that you like, whatever, it doesn't matter to me, and you're gonna want, see, I put a little alleyway thing here. Now I'm gonna have to work with that. What you're gonna want to do is start planning out some more buildings. So plan out buildings, because that's just what you have to do, because that way you have an idea of where to put the roads. Doesn't matter how you do it, but this really helps. If you don't do this, get into the habit of doing it. This will just help you phenomenally when you are trying to plan out your city. It gives you a guideline. Maybe it'll actually, in fact, if it's not for you, then it'll help other people realize, help other builders to build while you're not online, so that way your city can get a moving. So probably what we can do here is maybe put a little underground thing into the sewer system. That'd be cool. Or maybe some underground catacombs. Who knows? That just enables it because we left that space there. And then this one's going to be a bit smaller of a house. Maybe they're not so rich. Oh, that's too big. Yeah, this is a very small house. Unlucky for them. Ah, I'm derping out. There we go. So we have our buildings planned. And now what you're going to do is you're not going to make it just curve around like that and you have this grassy spot there. That's stupid. I mean, you can do that if you want to do fantasy and maybe put like a tree there, but what are the chances of a tree being in this kind of city? None. Zilch. It doesn't make sense to me. A bit of grass just because, that's just the way it is. There's even a bit of grass here and whatnot. But, oh god, this looks terrifying. Holy crap. Actually, this looks amazing. Let's change it though. Oh crap. First, let's make it bright. There we go. Be gone. Okay. So, once again, we're starting off with our road. And what's cool about this one is it's also going to curve along with the buildings. So that's really nice. It's a nice feature that I like a lot. You can see how it works, and then we'll put buildings on this side again, so it's just another alleyway. Or streetway, whatever you want to call it, whatever you fancy, tickles your fancy. I don't plan on you see me build already. Give me your comments actually, because I can either build it off screen on my own time, or I can show you building more variations of buildings again. Up to you. Just tell me what you want and I will take care of it, because I am that kind of guy. So you just tell me and there you go. Anyway, so back to the building. We're going in here again. I hope this is helping you out a bit. You can see the road is really starting to take shape. It's following the landscape. So because we're doing it 3, we're going to jut out a bit. And you don't want to just make it jut out all of a sudden, so try to make it gradual. So that way it really looks like it's curving with it rather than it just boop, all of a sudden it's big. I think the worst thing to deal with are these stupid plants. Alright, it's getting a little too straight for my liking, so we're just going to expand it a bit. It really helps that it gets small here. There we go. Now, you already know what to do with the roads. I'm just going to leave it, because you already know. And look at that. So now let's go ahead and add the building's bases. Another recommendation I can do for you is different colored wool for different type of buildings. So basically, I like red for this because I want red to stand for middle class. So when I start doing poor buildings, I'm gonna make it orange or yellow or something. So what you can do to plan your city out is when you start laying down the wool, lay it down so you have, you know, the poor quarter has yellow, and maybe you want some poor with some middle class together, so that way there's some differentiation and your builders can get right on that. So there you go, that's a bit of advice right there for you. As you can see, I'm making these buildings different sizes, some big, some small. In fact, because of the sizes of these buildings, I'm actually going to have more buildings on one side than the other. I'm also going to follow the landscape with these buildings. This is a pretty big house right here. I'll have to cut down that tree. This one's an interesting corner one. You can either make it face this way or that way. It doesn't matter to me, and it doesn't matter actually at all when you're building the actual house. Or it can actually be a shop, open up both ways. Up to you. I'm going to have a nice little alley right there, just because I want to. There we go. So you can see I planned that out. Looks actually pretty good without even the buildings there. Those squares really make it look nice. And then over here you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to plan out your buildings. Without even having to build them yet, it already looks like it's taken shape. And that's the whole point. And I have another alley right here. Now this is a pretty big building, I have to say. It's got to be said. Pretty small alleyway right here. And then another one right here. I'm actually not like counting in my head. I'm just thinking, you know, this looks good, and then I stop there. And that looks pretty good. You can see where it's starting to take place. You can see how I did the road. I didn't have it, you know, just cut straight. I don't have it look like a T or something like that. There's curves to it. There's shape to it. It doesn't look plain, and it looks crowded. It looks cramped. Pretty darn gritty. I wouldn't want to live here, honestly. I'd probably want to live in the countryside, but hey, different circumstances for different people. So I want you to say in the comments, I hope this actually helped you. I hope you don't think this was lame because it's just the roads. This is actually a very important part of your city. Roads can actually mean a lot. You'd be surprised how the roads really make it. I mean, I can just give you this example. If you really don't want to believe me, I mean, just look at this. The road really helps. If this looked all paved or something, it would just take away from the gritty feeling of it. So you'd be surprised about how important roads and planning of houses are. Now, I hope you like this tutorial. I hope you want more. You always should want more. Why not? More is good. Tell me if you want to see me build these buildings. I got other variations in mind. Should be interesting. Or I can build it on my own time, and we can move on to the poorer section, which is going to be over there. Yeah, because I like that. I like this area better. So just tell me what you want in the comments, and I will get right onto it. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe for some more. You are all awesome. See you all next time. Goodbye.